Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. In the last video titled BG8, we explored Duryodhana's state of mind at the onset of the war. We're going to continue to explore what happens next. Before that, I just want to say something really quickly. I'm going to put the link of all the other videos in the description so that you can cross-reference them if you ever needed to. I take a lot of notes while I'm studying, and I'm going to refer to this from time to time so I don't forget something. Let's pick up from where we left. Duryodhana was already being very obnoxious and disrespectful to all the elderly, in fact, everyone on his side of the army. In response to that, Bhishma, who was the designated chief of army on Kaurava's side, blew his conch. Verse number 12 through 20 can be labeled as war cries. That's where all the warnings and cheerleading happen. Starting with Bhishma's blowing of the conch. That was followed by rest of the Kauravas doing the same. And in response, the Pandavas also started blowing the conch, and it was the drums and a lot of other things, just very loud noise from both sides showing that we are ready. Just like the modern day military, where there is a hierarchy and the officers are identified with something unique, back then it was very similar. Each warrior was identified with something specific. Most of the time it was a conch that would produce a unique sound when you blow into it. So each of the warrior had their own conch with a unique name, and when it was blown, the rest of the crowd would know who the warrior was. These 8 verses goes into detail of naming all the conches of the various heroes, but to wrap it up, basically both sides is now ready, and they are showing their readiness by making all this noise, and we can pretty much call it as the opening ceremony for the war. Rest of the chapter now covers the state of mind of Arjuna. Arjuna, who was the greatest warrior of the time, and he was ever so ready for this war because they have gone through unimaginable torture all their life, and finally he had the opportunity to take the revenge, but he gets into a panic attack. In the next video, we'll explore Arjuna's state of mind for real, I promise. And we'll also try to connect the dots as to how it applies to us.